Hey, and welcome to the 2018 Indiana Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. Our theme is See All the People, and it is a rich theme for us to learn more about how we can engage with our communities and be fully missional with our charge to be 100% missional by 2020. Before the official open of conference, there are people here participating in learning opportunities with workshops on digital theology, missional engagement, marketing and communications, and so much more to help them see all the people in their communities. So, Fran, on Thursday, we opened with the celebration of life.
I think it's a great way to start off, So you have the celebration of the beginning of everything, that's the whole conference, but also celebrating the beginning of a new life, with Christ for people who have gone before. So trying to figure out how to tie those two together, at first it was a little challenging, but the more I thought about it, it kind of made sense. So hopefully trying to create a situation where people can kind of start to celebrate again a little bit.
During the plenary session on Thursday afternoon, we received reports from the Committee on Nominations, our Council on Finance and Administration, our trustees, as well as a chance to approve the consent calendar and hear and vote upon resolutions. We also heard from First Lady Race Elder Granberry Trimble, who reminded us that words matter. The United Methodist Foundation of Indiana announced the giving of $226,557 to the Minister's Retirement Fund. The trustees reported the distribution of the Sharia Trust earnings of $513,950 were as follows. The 2019 Retiree Health Insurance Subsidy, $378,360. Operation Classroom Tamia Enterprises Academies, $108,540. Retained earnings 10% at $51,395. Here's the results of the resolutions. Friday morning began with Bible study and prayer, an opportunity to worship God in song and learning with Reverend Beth Newton Watson, who serves as the Director of Spiritual Care and Chaplaincy Services, IU Health, and will also lead as the Indiana Conference Chaplain.
Little prayer, little power. Much prayer, much power. No prayer, no power.
Bishop Trimble gave the 2018 Episcopal Address in which he asked, in case of an emergency, are you willing to assist? The laity address was shared by conference lay leader Doris Clark, who offered that laity have to be bold and courageous. Emily Reese greeted the conference as the new Director of Church Development, shared about their new resource aim, achieving the goal of 30 new faith communities by 2020, 2 years ahead of schedule, and a new commitment to 30 new faith communities each year. The General Board of Higher Education's Francis Asbury Award was given to Reverend Sharon Samsel with the United Methodist Campus Ministries of Terre Haute during the Leadership Development Report. Shannon Stringer was also introduced as the new Director of Leadership Development, as Dr. Elise Fulbright transitions to serve as the Conference Superintendent of the East District. Friday afternoon was filled with reports and many highlights, including greetings from the General Board of Global Ministries, the Emerging Leaders Report, the report of the Extended Cabinet, and a motion was made to address the resolutions in the printed booklet for the effort and cost that was associated with said booklet by Bob Land. The motion was passed by the body as they decided to postpone critical conversations to carry on the scheduled business. The Mission and Justice Report, which featured Matthew's Voices Choir from Roberts Park, a special ministry focused on providing a space and connection for those who are homeless to explore their faith through music. The Council on Finance and Administration's report and budget included a report from Ian Hall, who shared about the overall budget, our income and our expenditures, and our commitment to the connection. In a unique moment, Rodney Frieden interrupted Mr. Hall to offer an illustration of how connectional giving has had an impact on all of us and why the tithe is so important. The 2019 total income budget of $13,149,000 was approved unanimously. Here are the results of the resolutions.
I think it's been great, a good conference, a good spirit. Had a chance to meet a lot of first-time attenders to annual conference, and that always encourages me when people say, this is my first time at annual conference, didn't know exactly what it was going to be like. Glad for the community fun night. It's a time to kind of relax and wind down before we had the big ordination and commissioning service. And I met some young people tonight who are thinking about ministry, so I think we're planting some good seeds in Indiana for future leaders in the United Methodist Church.
Saturday's highlight was the Celebration of Ministry service, which features the commissioning and ordination of those called to serve as clergy. This unique moment in the life of the church allowed the conference to affirm the call of 23 persons in the following areas: commissioning 7 elders, 3 deacons, ordination 12 elders, and 1 person formerly recognized as a deacon will now serve as an elder. Reverend Brian K. Milford, President and CEO of the United Methodist Publishing House, preached that you may be faithful disciples.
Called by Christ with compassion, sent by Christ to be compassionate, the Holy Spirit is at work in your life and in the life of Christ's church, and we stand in awe and gratitude for God's presence and blessing.
Reverend Milford reminded all to remember their baptism and be thankful, and that the Holy Spirit is always at work within us so that we may live as faithful disciples of Jesus Christ. We look forward to seeing you next year, but until then, bye.